The SK Hynix and Nvidia reportedly working on a radical GPU redesign that pre-stacks HBM memory directly on top of the processing cores. The SK Hynix is working with the Nvidia other logic designers on HBM4 integration. The SK Hynix has started recruiting design personnel for logic semiconductors such as CPUs and GPUs, a report to Jung-An, .co.kr. The company is apparently looking to stack HBM4 directly on processors, which will not only change the way logic and memory devices are typically interconnected, but will also change the way they are made. In fact, if the SK Hynix succeeds, this may transform the foundry industry. Nowadays, HBM stacks integrated 8, 12, or 16 memory devices as well as a logic layer that acts like a hub. HBM stacks are placed on the interposer next to CPUs or GPUs and are connected to their processors using a 1024-bit interface. SK Hynix aims to put HBM4 stacks directly on processors, eliminating interposer altogether. To some degree, this approach resembles AMD the 3D V-cache, which is placed on directly on CPU dies, but HBM will feature considerably higher capacities and will be cheaper albeit slower. The SK Hynix is reportedly discussing its HBM4 integration design method with several fabless companies, including Nvidia. It's likely that two companies will jointly design the chip from the beginning and produce it at TSMC, who will also put SK Hynix HBM for device on logic chips using a wafer bonding technology. A joint design is inevitable in order for many memory and logic semiconductors to work as one body on the same die. The HBM4 memory will use a 2048-bit interface to connect to host processors, so interposers for HBM4 will be extremely complex and expensive. This makes the direct connection of memory and logic economical feasible, but while placing HBM4 stacks directly on logic chips will somewhat simplify chip designs and cut cost. This presents another challenge. Summer. Unfortunately, the why this is written in Korean. Memory, logic, semiconductor, uh, merged into one body. Five generation HBM, fifth generation HBM3E. There is a logic semiconductor, e.g. GPU, for example GPU, and this is a memory semiconductor, memory HBM. There is a interposer. Is it PCB or substrate? And memory semiconductor HBM and logic semiconductor GPU are integrated through the interposer. The interposer is advanced packaging technology to connect each other. In the sixth generation HBM, memory, logic, semiconductor, interposer, uh, is completely work one body as, as a memory semiconductor and logic semiconductor is into become a one body. By the way, I have some question because in this case, do we need interposer? Hmm. Anyway, let me read. Let me keep reading. Yes. Modern logic processors such as the Nvidia H100 consume hundreds of watts of power and dissipate hundred of watts of thermal energy. The HBM memory is also rather power hungry, so cooling down a package containing both logic and memory could require very sophisticated methods, including liquid cooling and/or submersion. If the heating problem is solved 2 to 3 generations later than now, HBM and GPU will be able to operate like one body without an interposer, said Kim Jong-ho, a professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics at KAIST. But the integration of memory directly on processors will also change how chips are designed and made. Producing DRAM using the same process technology as the logic and on the same fab will guarantee ultimate performance, but will increase memory costs dramatically, so this is not an option that is seriously considered right now. Nonetheless, it looks like memory and logic are poised to get closer, both literally on the process technology level. Within 10 years, the rules of the game for semiconductors may change, and the distinction between memory and logic semiconductors may be insignificant, an industry insider told 중앙다스요.kr. Anton Chlov, freelance news writer. Anton Chlov is a freelance news writer at Homes Hardware US. Over the past couple of decades. He has covered everything from CPU GPUs to semiconductors and from modern process technologies and latest fab tools to high-tech industry trend. Thank you.